What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 2025 Toyota Crown Signia. This one is an XLE finished in Storm Cloud. MSRP is $48,000. Big shout out to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this new hybrid for today's video. Take a look at their website, linked down below. Underneath the hood of the 2025 Toyota Crown Signia, you're going to find a 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder. Of course, this is a hybrid drivetrain. Net horsepower is 240 with 178 pound-feet of torque. It has an electric on-demand all-wheel drive system with an eCVT transmission. Current weight is around 4,200 pounds. It runs on a 14.5 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 39 miles per gallon in the city with 37 out on the highway, and max towing capacity is 2,700 pounds. The overall length is 194.1 inches with a wheelbase at 112.2. Width is 64.2 and height is 74 inches. Ground clearance is also 6.7 inches. Moving on to the styling with the 2025 Crown Signia, this is a super cool look, especially with the daytime running lights. You can see them up above with your turn signal. Headlights are actually down below, and then you have some black trim throughout everything. This gray color looks really nice on the car as well, and I like how the grille is all integrated with these cutouts. You're going to see forward-facing parking sensors, an upper grille as well, got your Toyota badge, and then a nice sharp line up above. So it has a really nice look similar to other Toyota hybrid vehicles. Down below, you're going to get a gloss black front splitter, more openings down below to provide cooling, and overall it's a pretty neat look. There's a safety sensor underneath the Toyota badge as well. Definitely a futuristic, modern looking car. You have some sharp body lines that cut into the hood, fading towards the windshield. So I really can't complain. I think this is a pretty good looking car. At the side, you're going to get a nice set of 19-inch wheels with a multi-spoke design. And you can see some gloss black trim throughout these wheel arches. You have more of the gloss black trim down below in the side skirt, sharp body lines throughout the door panel, and then you can see some gloss black on the mirror caps along with the turn signals. You have your body color door handles, some chrome trim, along with some black all throughout the windows. You're also going to get a nice set of silver roof rails up above. There are drilled holes on the inside to allow you to add some slats in them as well to make them functional. For the side profile, this has a really cool look, more of a wagon appearance. Of course, the traditional Toyota Crown has more of a sedan style to it, but I like the overall design. It looks pretty good. You got an integrated spoiler up above with a third brake light down below that, black trim all surrounding that as well, and then a really cool set of LED taillights. Super sleek looking with the red bar connecting everything. Got our XLE badge on the one side, small Toyota logo along with Crown, and then we got your hybrid logo and all-wheel drive. Down below all that, you're going to get a gloss black rear diffuser with your reverse light down below here as well. So overall, I think it's a really sporty looking crossover with a really good proportion all around. Taking a look at the key fob, you're just going to get lock, unlock along with the tailgate release. If I go ahead and lock the car, you can just grab the door handle. It's going to automatically unlock, and we can check out this interior. You're going to get a black leather interior with just a lot of silver and black accents throughout it. On the door panel, you do have this soft touch on the insert, then your release handle along with memory seating. We have window and mirror controls, lock and unlock, and then storage all down below. Got some padding for your armrest with contrast stitching. Power controls on the seat with Toyota Crown on the door sill. And then I like the contrast. You're going to get the perforated leather throughout the center, making its way all up the backrest, and some contrast stitching and piping around the backrest. Same with the headrest as well. And then spinning around, you're going to get a black leather wrapped steering wheel with contrast stitching and some black trim. And then now inside the 2025 Crown Signia, keep my foot on the brake. We can go ahead and fire it up. Being a hybrid, the engine won't necessarily turn on. You're going to get that Toyota badge right in the center. Controls on the left side for some Bluetooth and audio. We also have cruise control settings over on the right. You can also control the center screen. The engine actually did just turn on, but I can go into settings, see all sorts of different safety information that's going to pop up. We can back out of here, and then scrolling left and right, you can see a few different designs for the menu. So overall, it's a pretty good setup. If I hold down the OK icon, we can further customize what you see in the center screen, and then scrolling left and right, you can do the same thing. So you're actually able to get this in a pretty good design for how you like it. Going over here, we have that power flow, and then a few more vitals within the car. We do have some steering wheel mounted paddle shifters to control some functions within the car. And then you can see the stock on the right side for windshield wipers, turn signal, and headlights over on the left side. To the left of the actual steering wheel, we have controls up here for the interior dimming. We also have some basic ones up here for automatic high beams. We have this icon right here where you can adjust the level of the actual headlights at night, which is really nice, and then the heated windshield. one of your air vents, and then just a smooth design up above the dashboard. You can see more of that texture. Has a cool design to it with some soft touch materials, and then our 12.3-inch screen right up in here. So basically everything you're used to seeing on modern Toyotas. Of course, you have to set it up once you buy the vehicle, but you will get full screen nav. All of your audio will come up with Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You have phone integration. Under car, we can see a few settings for climate control. We also have comfort. You can adjust that for the heated and ventilated seating along with your heated steering wheel. We have trip information as well. You can see a few things, your history, and you can of course exit out of all that. See vehicle alerts if any, and then energy flow, which is always a nice depiction. Settings icon that you can adjust as well. To go into reverse, just push it like that, and you're gonna get your backup camera right here. You can also toggle that view to give it a little bit more of a wide angle, and then we have our P button as well. There are physical climate controls all down below, heated and ventilated seating. You can turn everything off. We have toggles for fan speed, temperature, heated steering wheel and zones, and then a few more controls on the right side. Just a little bit of storage up here. Wireless phone charging is in this nice cubby. Then you have 2 USB ports, all storage all throughout the bottom. Then our shifter design with some gray trim, traction control, drive modes as well. That'll all pop up on the screen with a nice animation. So pretty cool design overall for the various screens and menus. We have an EV mode as well, depending on the charge. And then back here, we have a nice soft touch material for the padded armrest. You can open that up and you're gonna get a ton of hidden storage. Down below here, we have a nice sized glove box as expected. And then one last look at the interior. It's laid out very nicely. Pretty decent use of materials as you would expect on a semi up there in trim level Toyota. So I think overall it's a pretty nice interior. Good view around with a black headliner up above. And then up above on the ceiling, you're gonna get your dome lights, a few of those controls, nice thin mirror with garage door buttons, as well as a dash cam up above. Moving on to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, the door panel's finished off just like the front with that same soft touch insert, same with the padded armrest. You're gonna get a heated seat button down here with extra storage, and then the same smooth and perforated leather all throughout the back seats. This can seat 3 people. You're gonna get the center seat that you can pop down for an armrest, as well as 2 cup holders, and then you're gonna get 2 climate vents in the center with some plugs, storage on the back side of these front seats, and there's a handle up here you can pull, and these are gonna fold down nice and flat for better cargo space. Hopping into the backseat with the Crown Signia. So again, there's the Crown, which is a normal sedan, and then the Signia, which is this, more of that wagon shape. So sitting here at 5'11", this is a pretty good sized car. This would be a really good just family crossover, you know, pretty well priced, good efficiency, things like that. But my height, I have plenty of headroom, and with the driver's seat at my height as well, good knee room and foot room. The seat doesn't recline any extra. However, I'm at a really good angle. You have lots of glass in here. Of course, the center, as well as the amenities you have. I don't think you're gonna have a complaint. Adults can totally fit back here. Even 3 wouldn't be too bad. Kids especially. This would be a really good small size family vehicle. Moving on to the cargo space, there's gonna be a button right underneath the Toyota badge. We can pop that and it's gonna power open. Of course, you can use the key fob or the one on the interior. So inside, you have a pretty good amount of space with a nice flat load floor. If we go ahead and take a look under the carpet, you can pull this up and you're gonna get some spare tire equipment. There will be a spare tire underneath as well. Now from here, you have latches right here that you can pull, and these seats are actually gonna fold down. So that is a really good feature just to get them out of the way. You can also pull down this privacy cover and just maximize how much space you're gonna get. Another cool feature with all of this, if we go back in through here, you have these pieces that you can lift forwards to kind of help give you a barrier from the front and to the back. And depending on the seats, you can get those nice and flat as well to truly maximize cargo space for as many items as you need, as well as being a comfortable passenger vehicle. So to start off now, let's go ahead and pop it into eco mode. Slowly accelerating, you can feel the EV system, so it kind of just stays in electric mode till you get going a little bit quicker, and then you'll feel the engine turn on. I will say the hybrid integration is pretty smooth. You don't really notice the engine much. Slow speed, you can see the little EV icon on the gauge cluster. It'll tell you that. So right now we're in EV mode, so pretty cool to see that. If I hit the EV icon, now we're in just full EV, and it'll really only kick on the engine right there if I give it a little bit too much gas. Driving in EV mode, I do find it to be a little sluggish in the slow speed, so I'm kind of sticking with normal mode. And then the paddle shifters do allow you to basically select a gear within the CVT transmission just to be able to hold a little bit better power delivery if needed with a higher RPM. But getting up and going, pretty peppy, you know, just giving it a little bit of throttle. I like how this one is the all-wheel drive model, so you're not getting weird front end wheel spin or anything. I've noticed that in some of the Camrys I've driven with a obviously very similar hybrid drivetrain. But I like the all-wheel drive for sure. That's what I would go for on this. And for 48 grand, you know, this really isn't all too crazy in price point, pretty average in today's market. Visibility is really good. You can definitely see around nicely. I think the shape of the car really allows for a good view around. Mirrors all do a great job as well. And these seats are really nice and comfortable. This is a good place to be. I feel like maybe if you're not that interested in buying a crossover or an SUV, but you need something bigger than a sedan, this seems to be kind of that sweet spot to where I still feel like I'm in a sedan, but I'm a little bit higher up than normal. This feels a little bit bigger than normal. However, it's not intimidating, not overbearing. So it just seems like a really well-sized car for what you're kind of looking for. It's just that sweet spot, not too big, not too small. Ride quality is really nice. We're cruising 45. I mean, this is very comfortable, very smooth, incredibly quiet as well. This would be just a really good daily, a highway cruiser. Obviously, you're gonna get great MPG the whole time. With the wagon style, you got all the space. I'm actually impressed. I feel like this is just a good overall, not crazy big crossover that you can just do a lot with. It'll be easy to park, it's easy to place, and just drives really smooth and really nice. And I honestly have not noticed the engine kicking in at all. This is a very seamless hybrid drivetrain. So if we bump it into the sport mode, using the paddles, obviously it's no sports car. Wow, that actually gets up and moves. That's pretty impressive. Now, when you do hit the paddles, it ends up going back into drive. So really, they're only there for if you just need to hold a little bit lower gear or higher RPM ratio, basically. But nonetheless, honestly, this thing, it's got some get up and go. Not bad at all. I don't think I really have any complaints from a driver's perspective. Not a bad way to go. Just feels like a comfortable, good all-around vehicle. Doing a 3-point turn. You know, the steering has a little bit of weight to it, so it feels nice and responsive. Wouldn't mind a 360 camera view. Perhaps that's on the next trim level up. But overall, I mean, it's pretty easy to maneuver. Not a bad way to go at all. All right, so my honest thoughts now with the Crown Signia. So pretty cool idea. Obviously the Crown came out basically replacing the Avalon, so the car that was bigger than the Toyota Camry. Now with the Signia you get the wagon design. So basically there's two different Crowns, sedan and wagon. This one, I feel like it doesn't look like a weird old station wagon from, you know, the 90s. It's not that level. It's kind of a crossover, but more of a car. So like a kind of a blend between a crossover SUV and a sedan. So a really nice blend of what you get. And I think the sizing is spot on. There's a lot of cargo space in this, especially when you fold the seats down. So it's gonna be a really usable car that's gonna have the cargo space you're gonna need. I think a family of 4 could honestly live in this car and do what they need to do for the day-to-day. And when you drive this, I feel like I'm pretty impressed with just how nice it is. And I've heard good things about the Crown. We had one as a press car, just a normal sedan, earlier in the year. And it kind of felt like a luxurious Toyota, which is kind of cool. And now being in the Signia version, this is a little bit more my style, I would say. I feel like the sedan just felt like a big sedan. Nothing wrong with it, certainly a great option. This more fits the size of it since you have kind of more of a crossover design to it. So I like the shape of this car. I like the extra interior room you're gonna get. And it rides really nice like a luxury Toyota, almost like a Lexus, honestly. You have great maneuverability from the seat. You can really get this in a comfortable position. I think the use of materials is pretty good as well. While there are some plastics in here, there's also a lot of soft touch materials. So it feels like a pretty nice Toyota overall with a good layout. Well, everything works really simple. Physical climate controls are a great touch to have. It just makes you feel like it's an easy car to get into. So I think if you're not even used to Toyota, I don't think you're gonna have an issue with this car. It's really easy to just figure out and learn how to operate everything. I really don't have any drastic complaints with it. I think it's pretty well priced too for the incredible efficiency you're gonna get. It's got good power, turning circle's great, even with all-wheel drive. You're really not gonna have any struggles there, turning around and maneuvering this car overall. Getting back up to speed, nice and peppy. It's no sports car, but you know, it gets up to speed very well, so merging with high-speed traffic, highway stuff, things like that. You don't think there's really any sacrifices with this vehicle. There's good storage solutions, good places to just put your phone, put your keys, put your water bottles. So I like that aspect to it. It's just a pleasant car to drive, honestly. Quiet, there's no real road noise. You're on kind of a bumpy road going 40. Really no complaints. I don't think I have any genuine complaints with this at all. Seems like you get a lot for the money. If you want an efficient crossover with good sizing, I think it looks really cool inside now too. I don't think I have really any complaints. The eCVT transmission, it doesn't drive like your typical CVT. Not everyone's a fan of a CVT in general, but I feel like this is an okay one to get. It's smooth. You don't really hear whining, nothing annoying like that at all. So yeah, there is the 2025 Toyota Crown Signia XLE. Good option to go with. Definitely put this on your list if you're looking for kind of a smaller size crossover, but you want the hybrid drivetrain. This is certainly worth checking out. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for plenty more content. And then a big shout out once again to Flo Toyota of Statesville for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at their website link down below, and I'll see you all in the next video.